Now, the language has been carefully chosen. The immigration minister reminding us that Britain was not a land of milk and honey, just days after the Home Secretary pointed out the streets here were not paved with gold. The message to migrants is clear. If you don't have to come, don't come. To accompany the message, the government today announced they were consulting on stringent new measures, including plans to strip families of the automatic right to child benefits if their asylum applications are rejected, making them £37 a week worse off. Some call it morally reprehensible, others a necessary disincentive. James Clayton revisited one asylum seeker to hear her story.
This is Home Office accommodation in West London. It contains 18 adults and 11 children. Most of the people who live here, including Maimouna, are in Section 4 accommodation. Now that means accommodation given to asylum seekers who have had their applications rejected. Avid Newsnight watchers will remember Maimouna. 2 years ago, Newsnight followed her story to the Gambia.
But Abby, the cutting takes place here.
Maimouna's family were the village cutters and claimed she was forced to genitally mutilate girls. She managed to escape to the UK and claimed asylum. When Newsnight went back to her village, her sister confirmed the story. The Home Office accepts much of her story to be true, but does not see it as legitimate grounds for asylum. Hello, how are you? Back in London, Maimouna shows me round the house. Each family is crammed into its own separate room. It's fair to say it's not exactly the Savoy. So as you can probably see from the state of the stairs up here, this is accommodation at the Home Office don't keep in particularly good nick, and the reason for that is because they don't particularly want any of the people here to stay in the UK. Maimouna says she found her bed on the street near her house. Some of the other furniture is donations from charities. She lives off £36.95 a week. The government is looking to cut these kinds of payments for some failed asylum seekers to nothing.
You have to wear clothes, you have to buy toothbrush, you have to buy all those things. So sometimes if you don't have enough food, you just buy rice and just manage it, and so that you can have like clothes or shoes or toothbrush or those kind of things, because the £35, to be honest, is not enough.
This is the Azure card. It's issued by the government. Every Monday, the £36.95 is put onto the card, which can be used in certain shops, mainly supermarkets. Before Maimouna goes shopping, she needs to make sure the money has been transferred.
Your current available balance is £43.71. Thank you.
I have £43 because I'm saving every week a little bit of money so that I can buy some trousers and top.
What would happen if they took away your £35?
What would I do? I'm not working. Even this £35 that I'm crying for now, if they take it away from me, what did they expect me to do now? To be a prostitute or what?
It could be argued that Maimouna is one of the lucky ones in the house. Every month, asylum seekers have to sign on at a local Home Office centre. Once your application has been rejected, you could be detained at one of these meetings.
The person who was here she was a good friend, but she just went for signing and they take her to detention.
They went to the signing like you mentioned?
Yeah.
And they took her straight to
Yarswood? To Yarswood, yeah. It's very scary. To be honest to you, that is the most scary thing, because you can be detained any minute. You can go there for signing and they just detain you and take you to Yarswood directly.
Maimouna, like other asylum seekers, is not allowed to work. Her weekly payouts are miserly. She's on medication for depression. Why do people like Maimouna decide to stay in these conditions? You're saying you would have a much better quality of life and you would get more money if you basically stayed in your village in the Gambia and cut.
But think of these girls that you are cutting. Think of their life. Think of what will happen to them. Because it happens to me already.
Maimouna's situation is fairly desperate. She has asked for a judicial review of her case. The government's announcement today may well make people like Maymuna's circumstances even more fraught.